That looks really cool. And I'm actually... What? These are cows with udders on their head. This devblog is turning out to be amazing. Alright. I am super excited for this devblog. First of all, we get to see what the preview actually was. It was a buzzsaw. And I find this actually really interesting because there was a recent mod on the workshop called... what was it? Sharp stuff? Either really coincidental or they somehow knew that this was going to be the thing that was going to be released. And they just made it as a mod part first because why not? But anyway, that's actually really cool. Let's read some of this devblog here. Greetings, mechanics. The chime of your doorbell announces the arrival of our latest delicious Scrap Mechanic devblog. Hot and spicy from our development oven. Oh, I love the hot and spicy stuff. Give me that spicy goodness. Our expert chefs have prepared this one with extra special care, and we think you'll agree we've supplied some tasty toppings indeed. Yeah, so before I actually go any further, I want to say that the previous devblog, I had a lot to say about that, and I wasn't necessarily too happy about it, but it was just, I want to clarify that I think it was because... like the way that Scrap Mechanic itself was developing. It seemed like it wasn't really going anywhere, and the Devblog 14 on top of that made it seem like it still wasn't really going to go anywhere. But Devblog 15, like we're still going to see stuff that we're not going to get to play with because it's a devblog. That's how devblogs work. But I think they're showing us some really cool stuff in this devblog. So let's go down a little bit. We can actually see this buzzsaw. Is that what it's called? Buzzsaw? Circular saw? We're going to see this saw in action, and it's actually cutting trees. Look at that. It seems like it breaks apart into 1x1x4 segments of wood. So I'm guessing you'll have to like bring that back to a processing plant or something like that. Is it actually blocks? No, they're like pentagonal or something. Okay, so it's still like, I'm guessing it's going to be like a base material that you have to process later into wood blocks or something. So that's actually really cool, because like we've seen a fallen tree before in the Scrap Mechanic world, or like a cut down tree, but now we actually get to see it in action. Like one thing I'm kind of curious about, how do they do this with terrain assets? Like the way the terrain assets are right now, there's no way that you can just like break it apart at any spot that you want. So are they going to make terrain assets where you can define breakable sections? So you can see that the buzzsaw is like cutting halfway into the, not really halfway, but like it's cutting at a spot into the tree, but the entire section from that spot and above it is the thing that gets converted into the wood planks. So I'm really curious about how, is it going to be a bunch of sections like that going up the tree trunk? Will you be able to cut all of those sections into wood planks? I'm not sure, but this is actually really cool, and I'm actually really excited for this. So many people are going to just deforest everything. Oh, look at that. No, they're actually doing the thing that I that I was just talking about. So it seems like in this GIF, this is after they already cut this is after this section, and then after they already cut the bottom trunk, and now they're cutting more from the fallen tree. Yeah, that's the same rock and everything, I think. That's actually really cool. So it seems to be just like sections going up the tree trunk like that. I'm actually really excited for that. This is a lot closer to what survival mode is than what we were seeing in like the previous devblog. To be able to cut anything in the world. Like, are we gonna have a jackhammer to bust up some of the rocks in the world? Are we gonna get a new pickaxe tool, or maybe just the hammer tool? Will that be able to bust up the rocks? I'm really curious about that. Then we're gonna get like another sort of like base material out of the rocks, but then what are we gonna do to like make it into concrete? We have to mix it with some other stuff. Kind of curious to see where that's gonna go. The saw blade. Let's kick things off with a cutting edge announcement. Ha ha ha! See what they did there? Ha! One of our original goals for Scrap Mechanic was to make tree and rock gathering ha 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 fun and satisfying, which proved just as difficult as that sounds, while also encouraging creative thinking from players. Yeah, so I'm actually, like, I can't wait to actually play around with this buzzsaw and cutting tree things. Like, do you know how many people are gonna make, like, automatic loggers and stuff like that? Grabs onto the tree trunk, and then the saw blade comes out, and then they're gonna, you know, be able to hold the tree and put it into the back of the truck and bring the entire tree trunk to the processing plant and stuff like that. I'm kind of wondering, will we be able to, like, just remove all the branches and carry logs around? I'm pretty sure it's gonna be great. For example, how best can mechanics prevent the tree they just chopped down from smashing onto their fancy new creation? I think they just got like a lucky fall at this point, but I think they could put in a little bit of code to say if the saw blade is cutting from this direction, it will fall in that direction. That's generally how it goes, right? Like if you chop into a tree, you're putting the weak point on the trunk. How do you then transport that tree to the refinery without the need for a gigantic truck? These are just some of the things mechanics will have to keep in mind when building your resource gathering vehicle. But none of these vehicles will be complete without the new interactive part, the saw blade. Place the saw blade on a bearing, crank the engine up to max, and aim for a tree or rock. Or rock to slice it like a pepperoni pizza. It will look a lot better when it's completely done. I think it looks great already, actually. One thing that concerns me, you can actually cut rocks with the saw blade? What is that saw blade made of? It's not gonna deteriorate over time in, like, survival mode? Because, like, it makes sense for trees, but wouldn't you need something to break apart rocks instead of cutting rocks? Or, like, you could cut rocks with a water jet, but, like, that's not how you gather them in the wild. That's not how you gather rocks in the wild. We also hear that farm bots are not big fans of these saw blades, but more on that later. Oh, okay, so we'll be able to chop up, maybe we can gather metal from the farm bots using the saw blade. Or will we be able to refine rocks into metal? All these questions. These are some... What the Oh my god. Oh my god, things... Okay, if these actually have... Like, they push back all these items, but if they can push back players as well, this can lead to some very fun stuff. Like, you know, imagine, you know, obstacle courses, or... I imagine something like Gmod Death Run, and you can set up, like, all kinds of traps or automatic triggers with mounted spud guns and stuff. Oh, this is gonna be really fun. Holy crap, did they actually, like, they're really showing some fun stuff in this devblog. Was that the ice cream cone? Way off in the distance? That is really cool. Shake the room! With the first breed of spud guns in the wild, with their awesome but limited ability to annihilate single blocks, it's time to introduce you to something a bit more explosive. Say hello to the ultra-destructive explosive canisters. I said destructive. Freshly transferred from survival to creative mode, these fragile... Wait, what? We don't have these in the game already, do we? No. Are we gonna get them? Are we gonna get to play with them early? I really hope so. These fragile boom tanks make destruction even more fun and satisfying. The canisters come in 2 different sizes, with each dealing a different amount of damage. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. You know what? I kind of want to see these dropped from a plane, a bomber plane or something. I'm also really curious what this means for modding. Like, modders can probably make their own bombs. You know what? I'm I just got an idea, and I just have one word to say. Nuke. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm pretty sure you guys can imagine the rest. It's gonna be stupid. Alright. They explode from either being hit by a spud gun or being thrown or dropped from different heights. Oh, okay, so the bomber plane's actually gonna be a lot easier to do than I thought. Another interesting feature to note is how the explosive canisters deal different amounts of damage to different blocks. For example, a metal block will not receive as much damage as a wooden block. This is our first introduction of material damage. This is actually really nice. I'm not sure if they took my suggestion in particular, but on Twitter, when they released the cardboard block and glass being destructible, I replied to them on Twitter that it's like, oh yeah, this is really cool and all, but what if we could actually set how durable a material is, like if it takes multiple hits or like different damage levels to actually destroy different other blocks. So like concrete will be more durable than wood, and wood will be more durable than cardboard. Metal is obviously going to be the most durable. And it seems like they pushed an update quite recently, actually, where it kind of broke all the cardboard mods on the workshop, to be expected when things are in a test branch. But anyway, we actually have damage levels already. We can, or not damage levels, it's called quality level. So you can actually set the quality level of a material, like a block or a part, to be more than just 1. And I'm assuming, I haven't actually tested it myself yet, but I'm assuming it'll take more than 1 spud gun hit to actually destroy the block. Important note, please make sure you save your creations before playing with these dangerous toys. There won't be much left if they go off near your lovely new toy, especially if they're chained. Right, a chain reaction. We hoped to add these to creative mode in the next update. Boom! Holy crap, they just dropped a bomb. Finally, we're actually going to get to see something from a devblog in the next update. That's amazing. Holy crap. If I wasn't happy enough already with the first... Like, I'm happy with this preview. That's enough for me for the devblog. Seeing this made me super happy, and hearing this in the next update, I'm ecstatic already. Now, this picture, I don't know what it is exactly. It looks, like you're in a computer world. Like, no, wait, that looks... What? Do you see those, angles? I wonder if that's not a terrain asset, is it? Because those look like 1x2 wedges. Also, those flags. We must have those flags. I've seen those in previous devblogs. I want those flags. I want them now. But what is this? This looks amazing. This looks like the Gmod Death Run thing that I was just talking about. What? Okay, so is this built up from the ground, or is this going into the ground? Like a pit? I'm confused. Challenge mode. Yep, that's right. We're delighted to announce the introduction of a brand new mode for Scrap Mechanic, Challenge Mode. Holy crap. Really? Sometimes when the team is tinkering away with the ambitious mothership that is survival, we often discover that parts of its code are good enough to be used in more ways than one, creating entirely different game modes from mostly the same amount of work. One such discovery recently resulted in the creation of Challenge Mode, a series of bite-sized trials for players to test their skill and creativity. That's actually really good. Kind of reminds me of Trail Makers, to be honest. When you go around the world in Trail Makers, there's like a bunch of challenges, I guess. Like you have to build a creation to move a ball. Funny enough, move a ball to a goal. I wonder where they got their inspiration from. Nothing wrong with that. That's actually, like, fantastic. I'm excited for Challenge Mode. I wonder if this is going to be in the next update. I mean, I'm pretty sure the next update's going to be just fine with just the explosive barrels. But I can't wait to try this Challenge Mode. Each challenge starts by giving the player a few parts from a chest. Okay. You'll then be tasked with building something with said parts to overcome an obstacle, such as pushing a large ball through a maze without losing it. These challenges will separate the mechanics from the non-mechanics. Oh. Oh. Well, I'm screwed. It will also be possible for modders to create and upload their own challenges for other players to try, or even entirely new gameplay modes. What? Really? No. Okay, so this is probably not going to happen on the next update. If modders are going to be able to program entirely new gameplay modes. I'm really curious about how much potential, or like what abilities mod makers will have, because I definitely had some ideas for Scrap Mechanic gameplay modes. I'm not sure the challenge modes code will actually be able to support. Just from this description, like I know that some of the ideas that I had aren't going to be able to be supported. Maybe I'll message the developers and let them in on some of the ideas that I had. Maybe they'll make it themselves, I don't know. Or maybe they'll actually leave it up to mod makers to do it. But I just want to make sure like the capabilities that I'm after gets implemented if I want my ideas to be made. I mean, obviously somebody's going to make like a Battle Royale mode. That's going to be interesting. Scrap Mechanic Battle Royale. It'll be like Fortnite because you can also build. Oh my god, this is getting ridiculous. Anyway, it's an exciting addition that we think demonstrates the smart approach we're trying to take with the development of Scrap Mechanic, and is a lot of fun too. Yeah, no kidding. I think it's actually, since the last devblog, I think we're getting to see Scrap Mechanic moving in the right direction. And like it's actually getting to be exciting. If people can make their own gameplay modes, then Scrap Mechanic can be every game ever. Like I'm pretty sure somebody like Brent Batch will somehow make a Pac-Man game where you as the mechanic are the Pac-Man and you pick up like little, wood blocks or something, and once you collect them all, you move on to the next level or something. Like that'd be pretty cool. If you can just remake a bunch of games in Scrap Mechanic, it will lead to just endless fun. Literally endless. Because as new games come out, then you can also just recreate them in Scrap Mechanic. Scrap Mechanic is the last game you'll ever need. What's this? That's actually a really nice terrain tile. Why don't people make stuff like this? Oh, the developers are so good at making terrain tiles. Not so much the vehicle, but terrain tiles. Open world roads. What? Wait, what? Yeah, look at this GIF. The world looks huge. Here at Scrap Mechanic HQ, we're not afraid of taking on a difficult and often impossible challenge, and our latest impossible mission has resulted in one of our proudest features yet. After much toil and moil, our team of engineers have managed to create a system that creates totally randomly generated roads in survival terrain, seamlessly integrated with the existing world tiles and hills. Okay, so there's probably just like, they probably just like randomly generate roads and stuff. You know, just sort of populate the empty sections in between with tiles and hills. Okay. We're very proud of this, of how this new road and terrain technology turned out. It's a genuinely unique system that results in interesting scenarios and tons of fun highways that will have you speeding through forests, valleys, and points of interest. Keep in mind that the images are from our test and do not represent the look of the final survival mode terrain. Okay, so this is more than just a well-made tile. This is actually like a system of roads that connect all over the world. Oh my god, that actually looks huge though. Like you can see mountains and stuff in the distance. I want to drive in it. I want it now. I'm just getting greedy though, because like there's so much cool stuff already. And this, this has got to be just a terrain asset, like a pre-built thing. I mean, it would be pretty neat if you can like scrap a chunk of metal from your spaceship and like patch a roof hole or something like that. But I'm pretty sure this is what is this? Oh, okay. Frigid farmers, what would you do if a bunch of murderous farm bots suddenly ran wild on your patch? Yes, that's right. We'd all lock the barn door and hide under our haystacks like big, scaredy cowards. Just like the farmers set to appear in survival mode. Those cowardly? Is that a word? No, that's supposed to be cowardly. Right? I'm pretty sure. Coward. Okay. Those cowardly farm folk didn't manage to escape the planet after the Robo Uprising, and so now they cower inside their hideouts built from scraps and makeshift barricades. Luckily, there are plenty of heroic mechanics like you ready to show up and supply them with food and other items in exchange for rare parts and trinkets. Just be prepared, they sometimes request the most ridiculous things. Oh, okay. I thought we were like the cowardly farmers. But no, they're actually like NPCs, citizens that we have to like help and protect and stuff. Cool, and we can trade with them too. This actually looks like farming equipment. This picture up here. I'm just gonna guess what it is. Like I don't actually know what it is, but it seems like something that, you know, you drive over a cornfield and suck up all the corns and stick them on the back. It's held together by, like, ribbons. That looks really cool. And I'm actually... What? I'm actually really excited, though, for, for dealing with those NPCs. Holy crap. This devblog is turning out to be amazing. Now, these are cows with udders on their head. What? Are you milking the brain juices out? What? Like, how... Anatomically, how does this make sense? What? 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 Alright, walks up. Or is that wasses? I'm gonna say it's walk. Recently, we've been having a fun old time adding new animals to the Scrap Mechanic world. Our latest farmyard creation is this chap below. You mean above? The fantastical walk. That's right, walk. These bizarre space cows were originally the source of the milk production in the Scrap Mechanic world, before the farm bots went chicken oriental and sent the walks scattering across the world. We suspect the kind-natured walks will inevitably be bullied by the more masochistic mechanics among you when survival mode comes out. Luckily, we've given them appropriate AI so they can run for their lives. Yeah, I saw MJM actually mention these. Oh, you know what? You know what? Let me check to see if I can show you. Oh god. Okay. Yeah, he's talking about catapulting them or something. Can't wait to launch those out of a catapult. Oh, and there's even... Hold on. There we go. There we go. Yeah. MJM put together a little picture that's way more masochistic than the devs anticipated, I'm sure. Oh my god, you can farm you can farm the walks for material. Anyway, that was something. Yeah, they're gonna have to run for their lives. Like, oh man. Alright, what's this? Is this an office building? It is. Look at those fancy chairs. Just stacks and stacks of paperwork. Purple papers. Okay, and I'm guessing this is the warehouse side of, or like an under construction section of the same building. They got these like plastic glass or plasticky barriers. Construction zone. Huh. Very interesting. It's kind of, like, I like the very industrial kind of look that they're making all this stuff for. Like, look at that table. The table with more stacks of papers on it. It's built to last, that's for sure. Oh! You know what? I just noticed something. That table is built out of 2 halves of a desk. Or, like, it's in 2 halves. If you look at the desk on the right side, that's half of a table. Is it going to be, like, table legs, like corners? And then you'll have, like, I guess you need, like, minimum 1, 2, 3 parts, so you can make tables of any size. Anyway, beware. Beware? And here's another thing we've been tinkering with in the secret scrap mechanic development bunker, warehouses. Yeah, we've already seen, like, we've already seen a preview of that. The team has invested a large amount of effort to make sure that warehouses will offer a lot more variation once players finally gather the guts and resources required to explore them. Over the last few months, we've made over 100 different rooms. Really? Holy crap. And we're still adding more. That's a lot of storage space. So are they going to be, like, randomly generated? Like, there's going to be pick and choose rooms and then randomly slap together a warehouse? Oh, you got a new light there, too. On the left side, you can see there's a new warehouse light. That's cool. These warehouses are extremely dangerous, and only the most well-prepared and skilled mechanics will survive and gather the awesome rewards that can be found. You've been warned. What? The scenes we've been quietly creating wait, what? What? Oh, they're missing a word. Okay, behind the scenes, we've been quietly creating a new warehouse robot that will lead to more than a few heated moments when you stumble upon it. We will introduce him on our Twitter as soon as he's done, so make sure to follow us there. And you can also follow my Twitter at DerpyDurf. Just, you know, little Twitter drop. And while we're on the subject of robots, yeah, we get to see farm bots. Paint job. Since we've recently been updating the visuals in survival mode, we've also gone back to give the farm bots some visual love. Oh, I'm gonna love you visually. Even if they don't deserve it. You'll notice that we've changed some elements completely and given them a much nicer texture work. Yeah, I can totally see that the farm bot on the left, it looks very similar to what it was before. But it looks much better. So, like, a lot of wear and tear on there's even a stain on the robot, like, ugh. Hopefully that's not a blood stain. But the farm bot on the right, I think, is completely different. Like, it used to have a different face, and that's just that's a tote-bot head. So it makes me wonder, like, maybe all the tote-bot heads are going to be farm bots, like their own type of farm bot. That'd be really cool. Ooh. Welding time. And finally, it wouldn't be a Devblog post without a brand spanking new mechanic outfit, would it? I would like to play around with these outfits, to be honest. But I'm pretty darn satisfied already. In our last post, we offered a glimpse at the painter outfit. This time, we're delighted to give you a first look at the welder outfit. Gloves, jacket, pants, shoes, and so on can be mixed with other outfits, giving the player a lot of ways to customize their mechanic. Hot. That, like, the puns are just a little bit much. It's kind of corny. I'm not sure what's the backpack is on this guy, but I do like the idea, like, I'm guessing the farmer NPCs will also have outfits like this, mixed and matched. That's it for this time. That's all, folks. There are now more people working on Scrap Mechanic today than ever before. We are making fantastic progress every week, and we can't wait for you to try out our latest and greatest work. Thanks to all our mechanics for showing your support. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, we're gonna rate... Oh, I'm actually not logged in. I'll rate that up when I log in. Oh my god. Kind of they started off so strong in this devblog, and they kind of ended it off on a weaker note, if you ask me. What are some of the people saying? And me likey. Yes, me likey too. We all likey. But yeah, they started off so strong. I think they should have probably ended it on one of these other stronger points. Because like oh my god, they should have started off with a bang. No, this is a fantastic devblog. Holy crap. I actually really liked it. And what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think about this devblog, and let's get this discussion going. I would really like to know what is the one thing, if you had to pick one thing to see in the very next update, what would it be? these walks. Oh, it's cow spelt backwards. I'm an idiot. Oh. Brain milk.